Welcome back, friends. I'm going to show you how I made this, which goes in here. I just took the peel ply off, and it's an amazing reminder of how strong carbon is. This is only like a layer or two of carbon that I've already wrapped around here. Then I put a split in it with a chisel so I could take it off that metal handle that I laid it up on. And then I put a thin row of carbon down the join, put some more peel ply on. I'm going to put another layer or two of carbon on. This is the plan that it'll be on an angle like that going through here, probably over here, because I want to be able to lean against there. This will be able to slide up inside there to get it out of the weather, and then I'll be able to put a bung in here when I'm not using it. What I've learned from last time is to let this first coat of resin I put on before I put this on, is to let it go tacky so the edge doesn't fold up, because when you come around the other side with the cloth, it's going to create a lump there. So if it's a bit tacky, it's going to stick down, and then you can put the resin on and then the peel ply, and theoretically that's going to work a lot better. It's getting a little bit tacky, but not quite enough. Okay, let's test this theory, see if it's going to work a lot better. It's that edge sticking down which is the real critical thing. And make sure everything's stuck down, so when you come around with the cloth on the other side, it's going to be all stuck down and won't lift the cloth up. It's a case of carefully wrapping it round till I get to where I started and trying to make all these stay down, but I don't think they will. Okay, enough of that. The only trouble with this is the last part's not going to stick down. So there's a big learning curve. It will stick down to some degree if I put resin on it. So now I'm going to be relying on the peel ply to hold it down. The peel ply itself is going to be very slippery. And the peel ply is not quite tight enough around there. Oh, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to get a coat of resin on the inside as well. And I think I've just thought of a way of doing it. Back to making the flange plate. So this is going to end up about 2 millimeters thick, and I'm just going to glue it onto the boat. Let's see how the base plate went. That's the inside surface, although it could very well be the outside. It came out quite well and quite flat. It's going to start a peel. Oh yeah, that came out fine. This was left over from when I did the windows. This is the inner part of the mould. There's an earlier video on how I made the windows for the boat. I had a male mould and a female mould, and I used double bias and pressed them together. So that's good. And what thickness did we get? 3 millimeters, I'd say. A little bit more than I thought it was going to be. Let's have a look at the tube. I should have left a bit of the peel ply unresined because I've made it hard to get off. I was thinking, what's the easiest way to mark this going through there and get a fairly neat hole? I think, why not? I'll make a CAD drawing, and then I'll print out size for size the hole that I'll need to cut in here. And there it is. It's starting to print. This has taken a lot longer than I expected because I was trying to record the screen and I couldn't make the sound work. And there it is, the carbon tube on the carbon flange glued up with epoxy resin with some graphite in it and some carbosil. So it won't run. It'll do a great job of gluing. All that will be required is to sand it up and put some UV clear on it. I'm going to hand brush on this Durapox clear because I don't want to cover the whole boat up because I'm spray painting inside and it's raining outside. There's some humidity in the air. It's not the best day for putting on a 2-pot clear. It's got UV resistance in it, and so I'm just going to brush it on, and I'm going to heat it up a bit before I put it on to make sure there's no moisture on the surface, and that it cracks off fast enough that I can get a second coat on within a pretty short period of time. I haven't put any thinners in it because I want it to go off as fast as possible. That's the theory. Do the difficult spots first. When it's gone off enough, and it's supposed to happen pretty quick with this stuff, I'm going to put a second coat on. It has to be UV resistant after all. Hopefully that levels out a bit. Now, to let it go off, might put a spot of thinner in this container. While I'm waiting for this coat to go off, I can use the stuff in the pot.
In my next video, I start up the 48 volt system. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.